Kimberly Richards. I'm an organizer with the People's Institute for Survival and Beyond, located in New Orleans, Louisiana. We do anti-racist organizing and a 2.5-day workshop called Understanding and Undoing Racism / Community Organizing. I'm from Mississippi. I live in Picayune, Mississippi. I was raised in Pennsylvania, and I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts.
In New Orleans, of jazz funerals, a history of mutual aid societies, a history of people coming together to take care of each other. Well, in that community, they had an issue around community health. And the issue that they had around community health was focused on people at the time on heroin, people getting beat up and brutalized by the police. We don't think about these as community health issues. But the relationship that our young people have with the police is a community health issue. Living conditions that poor people who were renting were living in. There were a lot of slum landlords. So and I don't know if those are issues here. Are those issues here? Yeah. Are those a part of your community health concerns? So I'm in the right room. We may try to avoid it, as much as we may be confused about it, as much as we may be directly impacted by it. We are a nation built on the idea of race. South Africans came to this country to study the reservation system. How do you come to a land that is populated by people who don't look like you? How do you come to their land, take their land, put them on the worst land possible, and have them work to maintain your structure? They came here to study that. Is racism a problem in Springfield? Yeah. Is it a problem that you know how to talk about, though? We don't really, we know how it feels. But when it comes, especially talking cross-racially, with black folks, white folks, Latinos, Vietnamese, when we all come together, usually it's what's right in the living room. Yeah, we try to be nice and cute. Make sure we say stuff good. Make sure we get invited to the meeting again. We don't want to piss nobody off. Right? And the elephant is dropping dung in the room. And we trying to put incense and oil on it. To pretend like, that's how they do it down south too. You know, be beautiful and colorful in a room like this. But just because we are beautiful and colorful does not mean we deal with racism, right? Many times you can feel more racism in a room like this than you can if we're in our separate groups. So for us, it is important to be all three: multicultural, multiracial, and anti-racist. There has been a process that we have become racialized. Because as we think about ancient texts, be it the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, any ancient scripture, how are people defined in those books? We're not defined by race. How are we defined? By our class, by our place, by our geography, by our religion, by our family name. We are not defined by race. As we think about humanity, race is only about 500 years old. It is a new concept. It is a new phenomenon. So we have had to be racialized. And that racialization process is also a dehumanizing process. Racism dehumanizes everybody and everything it touches. But see, in organizations, we'll use Robert's Rules of Order to shut people up. You don't know the process. That ain't the motion. Well, I got some emotion that I need to share. So we have to create a culture that is not about Robert. It is about how the voices of people can be heard. It's not Robert's rules. But if we say that we're about community health, and I heard in here tonight, we need everybody to participate. And I need some folks who don't know Robert and don't know his rules to be able to bring it to the room, because that person that don't know that culture may be bringing a culture that's going to help us heal. Because it's about community health, right? So we organize with history, with culture, with understanding that we are that we are in a society that is based on the concept of race. That is an idea that helped shape this country, because it took stolen land, right? Yeah. And stolen bodies to build the capitalist system that we have in this country today. but we don't talk about it. We don't talk about how then the remnants of it are in the room all the time. So for me not to talk about it is unhealthy. To talk about it is a part of reclaiming my health. See, to me, I'm not as concerned as transparency as I am about accountability.
Come on now.
Come on.
See, because transparency is the buzzword in America today. Now, be transparent, and we seeing through the situation, and ain't nobody accountable for nothing. Accountability is what we need. We need to have a set of principles that we can stand on, that we can be accountable to. And when you're accountable to those principles, I don't care about no transparency. Right? Because transparency will fool us and trip us up. Because people are not being accountable. We've got to be accountable to some principles and some values that there's some collective understanding and some shared agreement on. My mother, who's 84 years old, she's a community organizer. She goes to the doctor. She don't tell the doctor nothing. She said he's supposed to be the doctor. She sit up on the hey doc, hey, all right. Take the blood pressure.
That's right.
Right? Go doctor, take the blood pressure. Doctor take the stethoscope out and tell her to breathe deep, and she breathed deep. And then she says, "Oh, Miss Richards, why you doing? Oh, I'm fine." That kept me up all night. I'm fine. I think, oh, good. So I have to go with her. Because if I don't go with her, she ain't gonna tell me nothing. And that's just how we are. There are conversations we need to have in our community. Yeah. That we don't have. Right?